Gather, veterans. It's time to join the fight. The long war begins.
This is The Long War. I'm Robbie B, and joining me tonight are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher, Stephen Fore. What's up, guys?
Yo, dog, great to be here.
Yo, what's happening, everybody?
So I am actually, you can't tell because this is video, not watching us live, but I am actually sitting next to Kenny in Hollywood. The amount of alcohol it takes to get me on a plane and out here may actually end my life here very shortly. I don't think I can do this
stopped
again.
Drinking yet, right?
I have. I went to sleep for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. He didn't drink until we started the show.
That's true. That's true.
Standard operating procedure. You guys who are watching can see that we are quite clear this is not magic in the same room. I'm going to try to touch him now.
You're going to present your hands. I was searched in the checkpoint at the airport. Yeah. They were very proper about everything, but I was touched.
Show me on the Space Marine where they touched you.
The front and the back.
I can't. I mean, it'd be quicker to show you where they didn't touch me.
It's my own fault.
So we have a few things to talk about. It's LVO.
Yep.
We're driving out tomorrow. We're going to be covering the GW preview. There's a amazing exhibition game.
Yep.
There's a media event. There's so many things we're going to talk about. There's going to be a lot of LVO talk.
I think there's a lot going on. There's a lot of games going on. We're going to try to get as much out there and help and support Reese and the Frontline gang as much as we can.
And, of course, the Long War Doubles is going to be a thing. We got a lot going on.
Yeah,
but
Sunday.
First and foremost, we have a update to Rob's riveting poop story from last week.
It was given overall 6 out of 10 poops. It could have been stronger, is what I was told. I was trying to keep it PG for kids. So, but that being said, I just want to say
you mean all the children that listen to our clearly explicit podcast?
Clearly labeled explicit podcast, yes.
Yeah, if the children still listen after, we have described feces running down our legs, they're not listening anymore.
Where are the parents?
You're good to go.
You're bad parents.
So, my girlfriend got mad at me because I may have thrown a little shade her way about, she's like, what's this mess about the toilet seat was up because I like to randomly clean toilets? And I just kind of looked at her and I was like, you do randomly clean the toilet. She's like, but I didn't this time. And I was like, that's fair. And she's like, well, I don't know why you just didn't come clean, because you were probably just walking into the bathroom with your cell phone in one hand and a Titan in the other, and you didn't want to drop either. And I'm like,
and then that's why you fell in the shits too.
And then I'm like, that's actually not far from the truth. I could see myself doing that, but I actually did, and I only had a cell phone in one hand.
And a sandwich from Subway, because we all like to eat our sandwiches in the B room.
I'm not stupid.
I am. No. I have legitimately eaten burgers.
That's what
on the toilet
on a toilet while going number 2.
I might not,
and talking to one of you guys on the phone.
I can get behind one of those. I think the other one is what killed Elvis. We might have to fact check that. But I think that's
so. What was in your other hand? We know there's a cell phone in one of yours.
No, there wasn't anything in my. It was literally. I think I had my cell phone in my hand, but whatever. That's not the point. That's not the point. The toilet seat was up. And this is a very important detail of why I did not splash down, because I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, why didn't I splash down? It's so stupid. It's just water. Who cares? Because earlier in the morning, remember, I have 3 cats. And what cats like to do? They like to throw up
because they eat bugs and shit.
And vomit their hairballs. So what happened was I had cleaned up a cat mess, and of course I throw it into the toilet because I'm not going to leave it in the trash can to stew and fester. And
so it just stewed and festered in the toilet.
Right. And I didn't flush, and I left the toilet seat up. And that's why I tried to get out of the toilet bowl as quick as I did, because I knew that it wasn't just water. It was very, very dirty water.
So shit, cat puke stew was actually what Rob fell into.
No, I did not fall.
That was what he was keeping himself.
I was trying. Yes, that is why I made the mess that I made, because I was trying not to fall into that.
So quick deductive reasoning said that you should dribble shitlets potentially in and around your toilet and on your body instead of the cat throw up milkshake that was in your toilet. To be honest, I don't know if
what's
you didn't
the name
make
of
the
that
right
drink
choice.
you were just telling me about? What's
I got a great one, a Jamocha shake.
Yeah, so the cat Jamocha throw up shake in the toilet.
Yep, Rob. I don't think you made the wrong choice. I'm not gonna lie. But at least you know what the feces, what it was. You don't know what the hell the cat.
Everyone likes to smell their own brand. It's a completely different situation than having somebody else's poop on.
And I'll just throw this out there that the cats sometimes after one vomits and I don't clean it up in time or I don't realize because I'm sleeping, they like to eat each other's.
Cats are disgusting.
Vomit.
I had no fucking idea.
And then vomit that up. It's like a chain of events.
I had no idea cats were disgusting as fuck.
So I didn't want any part of that, and I think that's fair. But I thought it was hilarious that my girlfriend was like, "I don't know why you just didn't you probably just had your cell phone and a Titan in one of your hands." And I was like, "Yeah, you know me very well."
Call Rob on the toilet. What are you doing? I'm cleaning the flash off this Titan. Oh, that's interesting. Why is it so echoey in there? Oh, I'm also shitting.
Yeah. And then Rob's response is, "Well, what are you doing?"
I'm shitting. Why is it so
while
echoey
eating
in
a
there?
Sandwich. While eating.
Why does it sound like you're eating something and it's echoey?
Good acoustics.
So there it is.
Anyway, so that's my big update. I just wanted to come clean, literally, because my girlfriend does clean the toilet.
Is this your paper?
That is my paper.
I get to see his paper. Hold on. Do you do this to sound important when you're podcasting?
I think that's what most people want to sound important.
Just so you guys know, there's nothing on this. It's totally fucking plain.
It's totally fine.
It's a prop.
The human torch was denied alone today. This is what I hold. Normally you can't see it because the camera is.
Hey, to put it in perspective, like I moved here about 3 years ago, and so this is the first time we've done this before. We definitely podcasted in the same room before. Back in the old days.
Yeah.
So this is the first time, guys, like in the Long War celebrated its what, 4-year anniversary recently?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So in 4 years, we've been doing this. In the last practically 3 of them, this occurrence has never happened. Mm-hmm. This is kind of a interesting thing. Rob's first time to California. The Hollywood Beats Lab. He's here. He's the first one of the podcast crew to see the new Beats Lab. Been able to host him. Showed him around. Showed him the murder room. We have a murder room. I'll take pictures.
I heard a random Spanish folks speaking on his intercom
My
system
intercom
today.
does like to channel.
I was like, where are
migrant working force?
Where are you keeping them, Kenny? He's like, I'm going to go handle this right now.
I have this. The guy who used to own this place was like a 90s Radio Shack all-star for sure. The guy who owned it before us, who's the manager and everything. We don't own it, we rent. But we have like an 80s intercom system juice. And like in every room. It's actually kind of cool, like to be able to talk.
It's got to be classy.
It's classy, but it's OG. Recently, it kind of stopped working and it was kind of showing ambient sound and I can hear things. I postulated, is that the correct term right there?
Who knows?
Theorized that there must be.
I thought you said you shit yourself.
I did. But I assumed that there was now somewhere on this whole site, because we have this little apartment complex and we're like, with this bigger crib and it's a bunch of little smaller apartments and there's a maintenance shed. But I bet you there's another intercom in the maintenance shed linked to this house. This dude can talk to his maintenance guys. Today, because I turned all the volume down in the mall because it was getting some white noise in here.
It was super like creepy.
I turned it up to talk to Bonet. And then Rob's like, there's some people speaking Spanish in here.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I hear Spanish folks.
So I was like, my theory was that somebody hit the push lock button at some point. And I was like, I think and I even emailed my property management. I was like, can you guys look around for like an old 80s intercom system in that room? She's like, yeah, we're going to clean it out this weekend. Well, they were in there and I could hear every word they were saying. Went down there and I was like, hey guys, hola. And they were like, what's up, man? And this guy's like, yo, I'm a property manager. I was like, yo, I know, we talk. Is that a fucking intercom right there? And they're like, oh my God, it's the intercom. I was like, yeah, dog, I hear every word you're saying. They're like, cool, we'll rip this shit out the wall. It's like, yeah, dog.
Thanks. Thanks. Stop eating cold cuts. It's seeping through your pores.
Like, I know everything you guys just talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a sicko.
So that was today. That happened.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
But we're here in Hollywood in the Beachside. It's a monument occasion. We're about to go to LVO. Rob has flown for the first time in 6 years by my count.
Probably has been about
6 years. 2013, I think, for sure, was the last time I've seen you get on a plane.
Yeah, and you guys are heading to the single largest 40K event that has happened. I mean, I want you guys to know I don't like to be Debbie Downer and spoil people's happiness, but I want you to know I've got some true salty tears that I'm not going to be at LVO this year.
We definitely.
I just need you to know how important I am.
Yep. I am really sad I'm not there with you guys. It's so sad right now, but very soon I'll be out there. Can't wait to check the place out. Can't wait to see California again.
This is a much better place than when you last were here to see the sights. Obviously, we haven't left the house, but we will. I mean, we live streamed. We actually live streamed for 30 minutes yesterday on the way back from the LAX.
I thought everything was closer in California. It was like 30 minutes.
I picked him up at Parks. We got out. We started the live stream and we filmed 30-minute drive home from LAX. And also when I went to the airport to pick him up, I wore a long sleeve shirt and a jacket because I knew he wouldn't bring a jacket because he would just assume Hollywood would be warm as shit, right?
Not warm.
Mm-hmm. As soon as he gets out of the airport, he's like, I am freezing, right? So I give him a jacket. We drive back. We live stream the whole thing. But, now he's here. The sun came up and he can see sunny California and mountains, palm trees.
They have palm trees here.
Got like 12 in my front yard.
And the garbage truck comes on the same street like 10 times.
Don't understand what he's doing, but he's doing his thing.
I think he got lost.
He must.
Like, I don't know. I was like, how many garbage trucks do you have, dude?
This one.
He's just same hobo.
He does his thing.
Same slacker.
He's definitely a slacker. I don't know what was going on. It's this is my California experience. I might be able to see something, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow when we leave in the morning, you'll be able to see some stuff. But we're talking about this, but it's really important to us, guys. We've been doing this for 4 years, and
yeah,
I felt real good. I was really excited to have Rob come over, man. We got all this gluten shit.
Full spread of gluten.
Then tomorrow we get in the car with our boy Joe. We're gonna roll out to Vegas. We're gonna meet up with Arthur, legendary CPA at Next Level Gaming Corp. He's got the proprietary spreadsheet for the doubles.
You have
we got
to say
Alan.
Corp and then flex your paper. It makes you sound really important.
We've got Arlen Marshall to be our DJ running the spreadsheet. And we got all these people and we got making this long word doubles come together. So public service announcement. It's out there. We actually have a nice condensed PDF download now. I did throw it up on the long word doubles.
I have not updated.
On where that?
I'm going to put a post-it. It's going to get done.
Pick a spot. Rob is actually, though making fun of me for my post-it system of only putting one task per post-it, has now embraced it.
Yes.
Because it does keep you task-oriented.
But you have to have a piece of paper to stick them to, or otherwise it doesn't. You have too many.
The engineer in him. But he finally came to see it my way. Because the endorphin release of finishing the task is so much more difficult when you have 8 tasks on one sticky that never get done versus this one says reforge sideburns. That's just reminding me to shave before I leave.
Boom.
Endorphin release. Drugs. You know what I mean? So he's like, I see what you put. But we got so much to talk about. So we will cover all these things. Thank you for letting us enjoy our friendship.
Barstow? Or Bakersfield?
Probably Bakersfield. Thank you for letting us enjoy this. Just share this bromance with you. This very exciting time. But we will do some professional shit here. So Rob, do you have a tabletop marketplace for us?
I do. It's on this paper. It makes me look important.
It's actually filled with things. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So Games Workshop has 15 new releases coming out next week for Age of Sigmar and 40K. Obviously, the Genestealer Cult stuff's all coming out, which I'm sure Juice is super stoked about.
Oh yes.
And they got some of the stuff that came in Tooth and Claw. So the Aberrants, which are, I think, a 5 or 6 man box, are $40, which I projected to be $60. So I was way off right there.
We thought they were $60.
The new Ridge Runner, the little buggy thing, is $45, which I guess, that's the same price as the has better rolls than the Orc. Kind of messed up. Sorry, too soon, Orcs. Too soon, Orctober.
October, rip.
The Biophagus is 25. All the special characters 25. The Abominant 25. I guess that's it for new. And then on the Sigmar side of things, we got the Carrion Empire. I think we did a price breakdown. I'm not sure if that post is live on Spiky Bits because I've literally scheduled like 5 days worth of posts. So I can't remember what comes out when. But I think it's like $300 worth of stuff in that $160 box. So that's good. Not bad if you play Skaven or Flesh Eater Courts. And they're both, of course, getting their new Battle Tome as well for $40. Which will be pretty cool because Skaven now have, they have a bunch of clans. They're all in this book. So previously we had Pestilin Battle Tome. Now it's all the Skaven in one book, which is pretty huge. To be quite honest, if you're a Skaven fan, it's a good thing.
Which we are.
Yeah, we love Skavens. I've never played them, but I know
those little scallywags. That's one of the new words we're testing out to replace hobo. We're testing out slacker and scallywag.
And Flesh Eater Courts book, of course. I'm not sure what's going on with it. It seems to just be the zombie dudes, not so much on the vampire, the proper vampire. So we'll see as the previews continue. The War Scroll cards for everybody's $25. 15. $25.
Yeah, you better get those numbers right.
Oh, one is Skaven. Okay, saying. I guess there's more. So it's 25 for Skaven, 15 for Flesh Eater Courts. New Endless Spells and for 35, and the dice for 30. And of course, they both have new terrain pieces. The Skaven have one called the Gnaw Hole.
Say that again.
Gnaw Hole.
Hole.
Gnaw Hole.
Naho.
They're $55. And the Flesh Eater Courts have the Charnel Throne for $35. Very, very interesting words. Now, let me just say this. I think I know where some folks are like, oh, you know what? I'm not really into either of those things, Sigmar. But on the business side of things, I actually got to give GW props because we heard that they were going to start doing these double action kind of starter boxes, right? And that is actually genius because they can literally, instead of just putting out a book and everybody's, what happened with Space Wolf? What happened with Greyhound? We don't get no rules, no new models, no new anything. Well, now you get a book, you get Endless Spells, you get War Scroll cards, you get dice, you get a combo box starter set that also comes with new characters, which are, of course, have the rules in the book. So once they start doing this sort of thing, remember, they always seem to test bed everything in Age of Sigmar, right? To see if it works. But if this ports over and we see the next starter box from GW be this kind of dual faction, you get kind of an extra little sprue in there, which we saw in 2014's, what was it, Stormclaw with the new Orc and the new Space Wolf at the time. But there was no additional releases. I think it'll be pretty cool because GW will have found a way to kind of give everybody that thing that they're looking to buy instead of just, here's your book.
Buy this book.
Seems smart. But anyways, that's basically Tabletop Market Watch for next
What's
week.
That sticky? Looking at his paper. I can see his paper now.
That was actually my note Twitch stream, which, by the way, if you watch Spiky Bits TV, we will not be streaming on Monday because we'll be flying back.
Yep, another PSA. So we're going to be missing some unboxing videos. We're missing painting video, a couple of streams, and the battle report. So this week will be light with longwar.net content. However, we will have some fresh LVO coverage. It's on the ground.
Yep, definitely there to support all the activity.
So much room for activities.
Tons. So I guess I have an idea of what I want to talk about for meat and potato section, just because, I want to keep it kind of informal, kind of fun, kind of loose. So let's start with the last time we're going to beat this dead horse. Long War doubles. Begin a lot of information, a lot of emails. There's a couple things I want to put out there. 1,000-point armies. You each have a warlord. We've gone back and forth on this. There's some confusion because we have old literature still published in places. We have, in the beginning, we did double warlord. Then later we did single warlord. Then I brought it back to double warlord. Because team events, by definition, got to have some wackiness. So you got to have your force with all your cool little rules combined with somebody else's, and there's got to be a wacky element. Not just a single 2,000-point table. Like, I want it to be wacky. So to answer questions out there, which I have been responding to, listen to this, this is the first time you're hearing this, you each have your own warlord.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Do whatever the fuck you want. That's what we like about team events. Second thing, anytime you're called upon by any objective, because we are playing straight ITC missions, a couple people asked about this, you got to put out the missions. Frontline game already did. ITC missions, standard. Primary, secondaries. So the scorecard's all you need. It's in the packet. I didn't print the 22 pages in the packet that talk about how to score ITC missions. So hopefully you guys, you weren't there all weekend already playing the championships. I hope that you guys can read about it a little bit beforehand. Worst case scenario, I have a copy of the ITC packet, but it's like 22 extra pages times 115 teams. So I didn't print those extra 22 pages. Sorry. ITC missions, to answer that question. So anytime you're called upon to kill a warlord, Juice, slay a warlord.
Yeah.
Either counts. You don't need to pick one. You don't need to kill both. Either.
Yeah.
Simple.
And this is, it makes it
slay a
the
warlord.
game too. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it makes it easier for the game. There's not a whole nother set of rules that have to be written for it. Like, play the game. Did you kill a warlord? Yep.
Just substitute the for a. N. Ambiguous. Yeah, so that's a big one. Also, just another one. Remember, guys, you are making 1,000-point lists. They have their own criteria. We put it in the packet. Get 2 detachments, 2 unique data slates instead of 3 and 3. Those are the and also list submission. People are like, when do I get to submit my list on BCP? You don't. This is pen and paper, OG, spreadsheet. Their app does not support teams just yet, even though we thought it would. No knock to them. They're fucking slaying, doing it. They got a hobby tracker. It's just, it doesn't really support it. So you guys just bring your fucking army list to the table. I'm not even going to look at them. I'm not going to lie to you. There's literally no way on earth I could look at 115 teams army lists and actually determine the legality of these. It's going to be up to you and your opponent. And if it's determined later that your list is legal, I don't give a shit. You made it through 3 opponents. You won the tournament. Everybody's agreed to the terms in this event, which is a very narrative style event with 70% hobby score. I understand that everyone is playing a different version of 40K and they're kind of agreeing to it as they go. So I'm not going to sit here and DQ people because they're 3 points over. That's not the type of event we're playing. And I'm not saying that's 100% okay. But that's not going to matter because you didn't win our event because you're 3 points over.
No, you won't.
You won our event because you maxed your theme. You maxed your painting.
And there shouldn't be any mistakes on that because we're scoring that ourselves. So, well, no, some of it.
So I don't care if you're 3 points over or for some shit, but if you're blatantly cheating, I'll throw you out so fucking fast.
Well, like not at first. I mean, we've had an issue in the past where we kind of had to watch a game, because folks were like, "Hey, what's up with this guy?" And we're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll just saunter over there and kind of keep an eye on things." But if it's blatant, and they're gonna cheat in front of one of us, then
like if you act like an asshole, you get caught cheating, like a real like active cheat, I'll throw you out. Like we don't make money on this. That's the advantage we're in. Like this is volunteer work. Somebody actually hit me up today for a refund because they couldn't make it. I was like, look, man, actually, we have nothing to do with money. There's another fact. Yeah. We are not money gatherers. We don't do any exchange of goods. When we show up to an event and we bring our event, it's 100% volunteer work.
Well, we get generally a hotel room or something.
We get comped. A hotel room is our standard deal. And sometimes we get a booth. That's our full disclosure deal. We don't get paid. There's no money exchanging. So,
I don't know if we should, to be honest.
No, that's not what we do it. It's not what we do it.
Why would we take away from else's group?
No, we want there to be people. So those are some of the things. If you're going to be there this weekend, just want you to know that. I'm also going to be there's also going to be a mulligan. I've said it since day one, guys. There's going to be a mulligan. Like if you came in and you had 3 detachments instead of your 2, I have said it since the first day that we were kind of late. The packet. In LVO, there will be mulligans. If you come in and you're like, yo, I fucking 3 to tats, that's what I do. I was like, you're fine. I came in too late with all the resource information. Let it ride. This is all information. You can go back multiple episodes to find out. Remember, it's a 70% hobby score event. So they're a little bit less serious about some of these other notes. But this is also not going to apply to Adepticon. We'll have more than enough time to be in compliance by end of March. No mulligans in March.
Truth.
I'm sure we'll make it.
So, last time I'm going to beat that fucking dead horse. I'm done with it. Somebody else talk now.
Yeah, and it is... Oh, Genestealer Cults. But before, too, last little bit for LVO and the team event, man, I can't wait to see the 2-man or 2-woman or whatever the combo is who comes out of that Long War doubles event, because it's going to be sick. Not only with their list has got to be amazing, so I'm already in my mind, I want somebody to prove me wrong and do it with like Tal, Death Watch, one of the like middle tier lists instead of the Castellans Knights.
Big your hobby dick is if you can pull it out with like fucking Tal, Death Watch. That means your theme score, you maintain a strong theme score somehow.
Oh no, I wasn't even saying that combo. I was saying like with like a Tau army or a Death Watch army, who's like a middle tier. Like those are good armies, but they're not. They're Yannari. They're not this, But like I really believe that it's we've talked about it over and over. Obviously Yannari. Obviously anybody who can max those 30 points, or the 30% of the overall score coming from battle points. You still got to be able to max those, right? So I'm excited. Truth. I can see some Custodes doing that.
It's going to be
Custodes
interesting.
Players do a lot of the hobby love. So I'm excited to see how that plays out as well. Like really looking forward to all how everything shapes up over this next 3-4 days.
I've been practicing with a voice acting coach, one of Bonet's friends, how to resonate my voice more so I can save my voice over 72 hours at a convention. Right?
Oh, I need to speak to this guy because 2 days of Adepticon, I'm done.
Lady, she's amazing. You should hear her. When she broke down like that, she was like, "This is what I'm talking about." She changed her pitch instantly. She's like a prolific singer or award-winning singer. I was like, "Oh my god, it sounds totally different." She's like, "This is how you talk for 1,000 hours and don't lose your voice." I was like, "Oh, teach me." I'm very beginner at it, but it's my goal to get to Sunday. And after 2 rounds of championship games and 1 million handies and hugs, still be heard. Because if you can't hear me, I'm going to have to call Robert. Robert's going to have to do all the talking. We'll bring it.
Oh, Robert.
Because we're going OG. We're going to be printing out. We're going to be printing out matchups, posting them on walls. Hey, everyone, gather around. Table assignments. And we're going to be doing what's going to be like the old days. No app.
Yeah, that's what that. I mean, shoot, that's what we did the first 2 years of the doubles at Adepticon, the Long War doubles.
But we did it in conjunction. We were using War Score, but it wasn't, not every thing is we have a different demographic. Not everyone is like ready to go with an app. What we do. But anyway, LVO this weekend. So Rob, break it down. Why are we leaving it like before 11 a.m. to go to Vegas? What's the first thing that's happening?
Oh, well, we're going to be, so we're going to be covering the Alex Fennell versus Merrill charity exhibition, 3 p.m. Pacific.
That's going to be on Frontline Gaming TV. That's going to be on.
I think that's the only thing they're actually.
The only thing they're streaming all weekend. Yeah. You guys don't know. That's I think the president of Arena. These are the people who gave $5,000 to
Riot's game. There's not Arena.
Or sorry, Riot's. Yeah. My bad. I keep saying Arena. I'm so sorry, Merrill, for saying your Arena.
Yeah, Riot Games. Yeah, Mark Merrill from Riot Games. Yeah.
Sorry, one of my friends works at Arena, and for some reason I got it in my head. Riot Games, they're the biggest video game, I think the most profitable video game company in the world right now.
Probably. Right.
The guy's a big deal. So they gave $5,000 to Alex Fennell last year, and then Alex Fennell donated it to Children's Hospital.
Oh man, it was so the chain of events was Mark saw what was happening. immediately donated over during the live stream $5,000 to Alex, like free and clear. Like, here's your money, bro. Right. And Alex was like, oh, I want to donate it. And right when they found that out,
GW could not be beaten. So
they were third to the party, just so you know.
Really?
Alex Fennell's company that he works for in Connecticut was, if I'm not mistaken, it's in Connecticut. He told his employers that, and he said, they're like, wow, I can't believe that. We want to donate $5,000. We're going to match that. And we keep talking about matching. He's donated this money to the children's hospital that his wife works at. Yeah. So now it's like $5,000 donation.
10 G's now on the table.
Now we're at 10 G's. Once it got to 10 and there was another party involved, GW, obviously there's no way their hands were tied. They had to put in.
Would have been a humongous mistake of them if they didn't throw some money
I'm sure they would have done it anyway, even if the other company didn't. But either way, they were third to market. But that number got to $15,000 off of a sportsmanship call by Alex Fennell, who's an amazing individual on Team USA this year's.
The event that shall never be repeated, hopefully in LVO history. Real quick, Ash Sunday, thank you for the $5 donation on SlackerTube. Thank you, brother. And now normally we don't shout everyone out when we're doing the live cast. If you're just coming in for the first time, this is a podcast. This is a live recording. But we do perform it in front of a semi-live studio audience, 2019. Thank you. But so thank you for the history lesson there. That's why this matchup is so important. It's an exhibition match. I'm sure some charity money will be exchanged. And they haven't advertised that, but if I know these guys, something's going to go down.
Oh, it's an absolute charity for sure. And I love it. Alex is not bringing his LVO list. He's bringing a list that's near and dear to his heart. It's got Necrons. It's got some tricks and caginess. Really excited to see how it plays out. And then if I'm not mistaken, Rob, do you have it there? I think Mark is playing Eldar.
Yeah. So he's got
Farseer Warlock, Triple Divengers,
Swooping Hawks,
which are pretty useful, actually. Prism. Okay, so he's got Ravagers, Dark Eldar,
Cabal the Blackheart with the course.
So he's got the super amateur Spearhead Blackheart detachment that we talked
Ravagers.
About. Triple Ravager Archon, super garbage. Remember that one battle report we did where you had 3 Ravagers and you're like, these are the worst. Like an orc buggy would S&D to be these rules, and it's the first thing I'm going to cut from the list.
I think
I'm literally it's gone to me.
So here's the thing about this list.
I think triple fire, evenly matched.
Triple Fire Prism, Triple Ravager. Really good on really solid abilities on paper. So I think that's a solid list for this type of exhibition match. It's got some really pretty things. It's really solid.
That's right.
Competitively, you can beat some people. You can probably dick stomp some people at the local RT with it. Alex Fennell has seen these tricks. Ain't no way you're going to get through him.
Well, I mean, Alex is running Sawtag, so it's the most flavorful. It has the most characters and stuff. He's running Nemesaur and Varagron. Of course,
my man O'Beezy. O'Brien.
Immortals for troops, Cryptek, Deathmarks, Lichguard, or another dynasty of mix.
Oh, 7 Tomb Blades, though. 6 Destroyers, 6 Wraiths.
I mean, obviously, Destroyers are strong. Wraiths,
Tomb Blades will get
been stronger.
Actually, yeah. Fennell is playing a much more subdued list. You're correct.
I think so.
Yeah, and this is, again, this isn't even an optimized necessarily or spammy Necron list, but he does have a lot of the combos. Like that Eldar list that Mara's running is... It's laughable, but it just shows how amazing Eldar is, because we're like, oh, it doesn't have Dark Reapers or Shining Spears. Can't be that much better, or 60 Guardian.
Still got the base abilities.
Dude, it legitimately still has tabling firepower. Those 3 fire prisms.
Is it Altok?
I did not hear, but so, it would be an issue. So, Alex having the
so it's tryhardy,
the Destroyers.
It's tryhardy.
I mean, that's a good Eldar list, but I really like Alex's pair, because now he has Destroyers of his own, which are, for anybody who doesn't know, they are legit. they can shoot twice. They can do some.
And
stuff.
also, a beefy
There's
squad of
tricks.
Tomb Blades is nothing to sneeze at, bro.
No.
It will put some.
And it's gonna show up Orcana Beast mode. The Cryptek and those Tomb Blades are going to show up directly, if I'm not mistaken, with the Veil. Show up right in front of some Eldar faces, and like, you have a turn, bro. Or I'm just gonna stick this charge, and you don't have a turn.
So we're gonna try to be there at 3. We're gonna try to. Honestly, we're gonna roll right up to the stream booth, offer our services as professional streamers to assist in the stream, see what we can get going. Talk to Mariana and Pablo. So that's goal 1. That's agenda 1.
Oh, somebody said they're actually streaming Sigmar. So they are doing a lot.
So doing AOS, and they're doing okay. Cool.
Yep.
So what's the second thing that's on the agenda? After this exhibition match, we got a GW.
Oh yeah, GW preview, and then I'm sure they'll have all sorts of. Reese has confirmed they will show new things.
He has told us personally on a call.
He's like, oh yeah, they're gonna show new stuff, like
new things.
I'm gonna quote you on that, Reese.
People are gonna be hype. Fact. I was like, Reese, come on, man.
Thanks, Reese. And then what is it? There's a media panel.
There's a media panel with Life After Cover Save. I do a show with these guys every year after LVO. Blake and Robo Ed, they're hilarious dudes. Their style is crazy. Very funny. They're very variety. They don't just cover board games. They cover a lot of things. Every year we do a podcast together, typically talking about pro wrestling and poop. We did an 8-minute segment on a septic tank. An hour on pro wrestling. These guys are funny dudes. And they're going to be hosting this media panel. I heard that Jeff and Control is going to be on it. Adam from Tabletop Minion. Big YouTuber in the scene.
It's got some really good video.
Myself is on it, and somebody tossed this around, Juice. Get a kick out of this. For like an hour yesterday. People were like, yo, it's like Jeff Robinson, Robin Credis, and like Adam from Tabletop Minion. I was like, brrr. Go back to.
Say Robin Credis.
Ooh. I was like, I don't know if that's real, but if that's real, it's going to be an amazing narrative. But I don't think that's real. Someone fact check that. There's no fucking way GW would let that motherfucker show up. Same panel I'm on. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to throw him under the bus. I actually have recently said he's done amazing things. He's really creative with the Genestealer Cult rules. The bullet points alone on the Bolter Beta rules. Like, no, I would love to talk to the guy. I would love to talk to the guy. But it
just doesn't make sense to have him on, though, not on a media platform, right? Like, you're bringing in some of the heads already. Like, if he's going to be there, you might as well just say pull out everyone but someone and just do a panel with him and let people talk and go.
It turned out he wasn't on. It was just conjecture. He's not there. Yeah. And I was like, freaking the fuck out. People are like, you're going to ask the hard questions. I was like, I mean, I'm not going to ask that. I mean, like, no, I slice it. Like, if it's just like, if it's me, Jeff, Adam, and people like that, it's really going to be me saying things like, I mean, I'm assuming Blake and RoboEd are going to be leading us and like leading us. Like, I have no idea. I was asked to be on this like a month or two ago, and I didn't know what it really meant. But I'm assuming those guys have some preloaded questions scaled to the person they know. They're really funny guys. If we get to interact at all, like, the only thing I would say to Jeff was like, so glad GW fucking hired you and Frankie to be the fucking amazing American hairy winning machines that you are and running that stream. That makes you guys are perfect for that.
It's next level.
I'll shake that fucking hand. Like, and then like to Adam at Tabletop Minion, I'll be like, yo, keep cranking out hobby content, man. Yo, bring hobby back. Like, these are great dudes, man. I got that's what I'm saying is like, I'm sure Blake and RoboEd are realize that like it would just turn into a dick sucking competition. So like, I'm sure they're just gonna be fielding hilarious questions. If I know those two guys, they're going to ask me about, what do I think about Ric Flair in the 1987, you know what I mean? And then they're going to go straight to Jeff and ask him about something else. And then they're going to come back to me and be like, any good poop story? So if I know those guys.
Who's got a poop story?
Me. Like, you could, if you listen to this podcast and you realize that long pause is me raising my hand, I do have a poop story. But, so that's what we're doing at LVO. It's going to be amazing. If you're going to LVO, come by, say hi. Snap a selfie. If you want to take a selfie, look, this is 2019. People come up to us, they want to take a selfie. They don't know how to say it because they're very fucking respectful time. We love taking selfies. It makes us feel good. All right, guys. Well, let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, Juice will lead us in a discussion on a little Genestealer Cult action and perhaps fantasy football and 40K.
Ooh, two of my favorite things put together.
Finally, the Long War swag is here. LongWarSwag.com, the official home of Long War merchandise. We've got a range of merchandise exclusive to the Long War brand, next level painting and spiky bits. Definitely log in today while supplies lasts. Veterans, I've got news for you. Get your best deals online at dicehead.com. Long War Vets, call or email for your best vet deals. That's dicehead.com. elricshobbies.com is your exclusive portal to upgrading your hobby. When you sign up at thelongwar.net, you gain an instant promotional discount good for 10% off at Elric's Hobbies. elricshobbies.com.
Dear veterans, quickly, make your way to thelongwar.net and find out how to reap your hard-earned spoils of this long war. For our allies at secretweaponsminiatures.com have rewarded us all with an extra 10% discount on all Secret Weapon Miniatures merchandise. So stock up, dear veterans, and enjoy.
All right, we're back, ready to go. What you got, homie?
Okay, so first things, I would love to save Genestealer Cult for just the next little bit of a segment. I am hot and ready to talk about some fantasy football, aka fantasy draft or LVO. Some of this stuff has been popping up left and right on the internet where people are drafting players. This is something, I don't know if you guys remember, but this is something that we even talked about some year ago, maybe. We actually found out while we were talking about this during the pregame show that the Australians created some kind of format like this about a year ago. And even the Brohammer guys coming out of the Florida area have been doing something similar to this as well. But this is amazing for anybody who's like, nah, I don't know anything about fantasy. I wouldn't do it. You know, I don't understand that. And it's like, it's amazing. Let's break it down on why it is. So there is multiple ways that you can break down getting players on your team. The concept is you put a cap on how many players you're going to have. 3, 5, 10. Players are Sean Naden, are Alex Fennell, is Nick Natavati. You pick all the way down. You have these names on your team. You drafted them. Then once you have drafted them in a snake order, aka a snake means if Kenny, Rob, and I are getting ready to draft a fantasy 40K team, Rob would get the first pick, let's say. He would pick his number one player he wants. Then Kenny would pick his, and then I would pick mine. And then we would go around snake-wise, going left to right, right to left. What I love about this is if you can attend the event, or even if you can, you're playing the game inside the game. I'm not able to make it to LVO this year. Do you know how exciting I am? I'm going to find in the next 24 hours, I'm going to find some of the people and join in on some of these fantasy leagues so I can be a part of LVO besides just watching from the sidelines. I get to pick my number one draft pick, you know, my second draft pick, my sleeper pick. You know, how far down in my number of rounds drafting wise, players that I pick up, can I get an Austin Wingfield? Can I get one of my boys? Can I get, you know, somebody that I've been following lists that I like their lists that they create for Tau armies or Nid armies or anything. So, and what we love about this, Kenny, I think you were breaking down earlier tonight, but showing how to win is one of the easier ways is just to say, points overall, bonus point for a win, right? But if you're, you know, let's say, again, we'll use Sean as an example. Sean Naden gets X amount of points in a round. that's how many points he nets your team for that round. Everybody adds up their points of what they scored. At the end of the tournament, you add all your scores up from all your players, and highest man wins. It's pretty damn amazing. I am really excited to see how all this works
I think
out.
the Australian guys even discussed ITC ranking points, 5,000 point cap, 8 player cap. And that's right, Rob. And for anybody who does play fantasy football or fantasy baseball or anything else, that is exactly what this is. Having that 5,000 point cap is a salary cap, right? So you can, instead of saying 5,000 points, just say $5,000. You can't have more than, $5,000 on your team. And if Sean right now, and that's if you're using the ranking system. So if Sean right now is ranked 12th and there's a point next to his name, you just transfer that $. So now, I believe Sean, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was like 688 points. So that means he would cost you $688 to be on your team. For example, I believe Nick Nadavati is 745. So he would cost you $745 out of your 5,000, and you still have to fill 7 other spots, right? So this also is one of my favorite ways to do things, because now you really get quality picks, right, at the cheap. Actually, Sean Naden chimed in and shown how I think Tony Kopak, who we know is one of the best players in the country as well, who does great. He's probably one of the single best value picks, because he's not in that top 10. I believe he's under top 20. So this is really cool. I am so behind all of this. I love listening to 40K. I love talking 40K passionately. I can't imagine anything more that I would love than following and seeing how my players that I drafted as well. It's going to be amazing. I think it's an awesome way for viewers and people who are still home to participate. Viewer participation. I strongly recommend anybody who's doing any type of fantasy football thing to embrace this and try to make something work so we can really spearhead this.
No, that's great, because, Kenny, this is the single largest 40K event that'll be played. Over 700 individual unique players playing at once. Unbelievable. If you're telling me this concept of a fantasy 40K game within the game happens this time next year, there could be 700 or 800 or 900 playing in Vegas, but there could be 5,000 people playing at home.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what happens. That's how people want to talk about it. And this is, I won't go too far down this, but I listen to as much NFL talk podcasts as I do 40K podcasts. If you can imagine how many hours are in the day. I listen to a lot. I don't just listen to fantasy, talking about what college players are coming up, who's getting hurt, who's getting sued. I also listen to the analytical side, from the XGMs, from marketing to, player safety. I love all aspects of it, right? The NFL Shield is the largest sporting events, period. It does. I mean, nothing is greater than it, right? One of the main reasons why its girth is so large is because of fantasy football. Yes, millions of people will watch the Super Bowl and will watch Sunday night games and anything else. Do you know that they're not getting as many people in stadiums because instead of the 100,000 people that Bank America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina can hold, 80,000, 70,000 people are showing up, but millions upon millions of people are watching and tuning into that game because they have fantasy players playing, right? That no one gives a shit about the Carolina Panthers. But the second you draft Cam Newton, or the second you draft running back defenses, you're now invested in that. You're now switching back and forth from the red zone to other things. Like, it brings so many more people involved to every unique area in different parts of the country, where people on West Coast care about our East Coast tournaments now. bring that whole tangent full circle. I really care about the SoCal Open on the East Coast now. It matters to me. I want to tune in and find out what's going on the West Coast SoCal Open here on the East Coast. I care about that. I want to know what's going on in the Michigan GT, right? Because I've got a guy there. You know, if I'm doing a league that day, right? Like, so, and again, the people on the West Coast who don't travel to Nova, who don't travel to Warzone Atlanta to do some of these things, like, you know, and then it takes it to the umpteenth degree if we talk about team events with ATC and do things like that. Like, I am really impressed to see how far this will make 40K explode. And we're already on the positive upward trend right now. That's what 8th edition has brought us. That's what GW has hand wrapped at us. You know, it has been unbelievable how we are right now in the game. And I think this concept needs to be taken, needs to be ran with. Pablo, Frontline Gaming, 40kstats.com. Peter, you guys need to get together and figure out how to put this in a uniformed format where people can go in and log in, kind of like, you know, that sports vibe.
We need a statistics page, an analytics page, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, where strangers can get together, just like I can do, you know, on my phone, pay the $7 and enter in, or pay $3 or $10 and enter in just into a draft. All right, cool, guys, you ready? Good, let's go. You know, you can obviously do it with your group and your friends and stuff like that, but
like a box
daily fantasy football is one of the favorite things too, because it's not a year-long league. You can just pick it up. Hey, cool. You can draft this team and go. You can do that per season for 40K, and then also do it per event, year-long versus weekly. I'm really, really like this.
I think it's amazing. You know, it's never thought. I mean, I know people have been doing it for a while already, but hey, we just heard about it. So, guys, we strongly encourage in your local Beat Slabs, if you can't make it, get your, you know, pay for the Pro app on the Best Coast Pairings app. Track the stats this weekend. You know, get your guys over, start playing some games, drinking some beers in your Beat Slab, get your chalkboard out, and keep score, man, and share us those results on our Facebook page. But before we get out of here tonight, let's do a quick segment on Genestealer Cult. State of Genestealer Cult right now, what we know. Give me just a few topics, or a few statements on that. How you feel about it going in?
I'm sorry, I didn't know if it was me or Rob. No, I feel amazing going into the Genestealer book coming up this weekend. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, no. We talked about this a little bit more on the live show, but let me go ahead and say pretty quickly that I believe that the Genestealer book, Knee Slap Reaction, without that book in my hand, it is going to turn into the truest 8th edition army that we've ever seen. I think it's going to be the most complex army that we've ever seen. I think that it is going to be, we could almost maybe after this book or after the Sisters book would probably be more not as premature, so we can say all the codexes are out. But I believe we could rank them on a beginner level entry to a expert level. Don't play this army until you're ready. And I believe Genestealer Cult will be at the top of the list. It is going to be amazing for the hobby. What it brings to the table, how it throws an absolute wrench in how the army works now versus or before of what it's going to work now. Implementing rules that we haven't seen before. It is sky's the limit. Maybe they use this book as the intro to like what the game could be 2 years down the road.
The 2.0 books.
And they're just kind of sprinkling in now on us. Just kind of like, right? Don't you think, Rob, of like, all these other books are the 1.0s. Let's throw them a 2 and see what they do.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's coming.
Yeah. And it is going to be powerful. My brain actually, so for everybody who knows, I love Genestealer Cult. I love playing them. I'm right in there trying to figure out the best way to, but my brain is shut down considering I don't have the book in my hands, I can't create army lists. Like I create army lists off the fly. It doesn't matter. I'm a psycho for it. I love it. Any army and every army I'll pick up and try to make army lists with. My brain is shut down, dude. Kenny, between the cults that they have access to, their characters are so unique. It's unlike anything we've ever seen because every character does something drastically different. There's a million of them. The concept of their stratagems, who's coming in and out. And then on top of that, it's a super faction.
Yeah.
It is a true, we've rounded out the true super faction of Chaos, the Imperium, and now the good guys. Nids, Genestealer Cult, and they're still allowing the Genestealer Cult to pair with guards still. So
it's pretty impressive. You guys are looking for some snippets, some I'm sure most people are pretty up to date, but Spiky Bits, there's actually an article I learned recently. You could just go up into the search bar on Spiky Bits and type in Genestealer.
It's very specific on the search bar, so make sure you don't, like, for instance, Genestealer, if you type in GSC.
It doesn't work.
And, I mean, it might work for some stuff, but you might want Genestealer Cult.
Type in Genestealer. That's all I had to do. SpikyBits.com. You'll get all the information, all the articles that break down all pictures, the screen pics, the leaks, everything. Stay up to date.
I do want to mention, like what Juice was saying about how it's kind of like the next level of codex books. One of the things I noticed too, and one of the articles actually on Spiky Bits was like kind of how to combo off like a +3 to your charge or a +3 to your advance rolls. And that actually uses the Vigilus formations. The thong, remember the thong formation?
Yeah.
So now you're talking, you got this book, but remember, it's not just this book. We got Vigilus stuff too. So like, it's literally the next level. Really cool.
Yeah, there's so many rules coming out and combos. Rob, you're right. The Genestealer Cult have access to Vigilus, the Nid book. They have guard elements already within that book. Then they can still be paired with guard. If I'm not mistaken, Brood Brothers is not dead. There's so many elements, man. I am so excited that I'm going to drown some of my sad tears from not being at LVO this week and missing all my friends to turning that to something for the good, the greater good, kill the greater good, something. We'll see how it turns out after Sunday.
And also, too, if you don't play Genestealer Cult, you still might want to pay attention to this release because of those sweet, sweet dirt bikes that you could use for your guard Rough Riders. So there's all sorts of reasons to pay attention.
Conversion that I've heard of so far is the number one is that those dirt bikes, those quads, all that are going to be Rough Riders.
I mean, in theory, you could use
pretty sick.
You could perhaps use the quads as like even Sentinels, like because they're on the same size base.
Sure, absolutely.
We're gonna get another Spiky Bits article on how to convert the sickest Sentinel ever out of one of those quads.
I'll be honest, people are probably already going to do it before I even get my hands on the kit. So if I get inspired or I don't see it out there, we might.
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
In a while.
It's been a while since we got a official Robbie B conversion corner article.
Oh.
Man's been busy. But look, that's about it. It's our normal stopping time. Go to Thug Dizzle, go to LVO. Keep the content train alive this weekend. Choo choo.
Yep. Hey, good luck, Kenny. Knock 'em dead. I know your list is nasty. And at the end of the day, if I get a chance to do a fantasy draft, I'm already messaging some people now. I want you to know, homie, I'm gonna draft you.
Draft me in your 8th round, though. Don't fuck around with that.
Like literally, don't fuck this up for me.
Don't fuck this up. You better.
Don't put no pressure on me.
And for anybody who's attending, I can kind of take us maybe out on this, but for anybody who is attending this and is using this to finish the final stretch of their drive, they're listening in, tuning in, good luck to all of you. Please make sure to be conscious of your time in between rounds. Don't gyp your opponents. Remember, there's a lot of things that have changed in 40K, and the 40K niceness policy. Why am I having a brain fart right now? What is that?
More rules.
Yeah, the sportsmanship, the player conduct policies are going to be in full effect. Don't get yellow cards. Don't be the first slacker to get kicked out of the event of the 2019 season or 2018 season. At the end of the day, we're playing toy soldiers. No matter how much money it took us to get there, remember, you're in a room full of people that share the same hobby as you. Enjoy it.
I think, Rob?
I think we did. So I guess I'll take us out of here. So that's it for this one, folks. Make sure you head on over to longwar.net, the home of the battle reports and live battle reports. Very frequently. Become a veteran of the Long War today.
All right, guys, we're in the title screen. You can still hear us. We're getting ready to do some after-hour shit, guys. If you're still with us after all this time, we're going to jump on over to Twitch. Set up a raid. Rated key already once. So I'm just going to do some browsing. We'll jump on over to miniatures. Let's see who's on. Anybody I recognize? Ooh, Kalini. Kalini's my boy. Some great work. Guys, we're going to set up a raid. Heading over to Twitch. Set up a raid. Bring some length and girth. Raid, please just join up. Bring me some big numbers. Feel good. You're over on Slacker Tube or Slacker Book. Would you not consider coming over to Twitch.tv/LongWarTV? Further up.